Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. It's that time of the year when city crews are busy with street maintenance, from sidewalks and paving to street sweeping. Now living in England, Anthony Drake will return to Saskatchewan for a province-wide tour, May 10th through the 31st, where he'll be recognized for his contribution to Saskatchewan's history. Over 90 acres of land has sat vacant near Battleford Trail and Highway 4 in Swift Current for a number of years, as landowners have been hoping to attract commercial development. Thanks for joining us here today. The annual street sweeping program is underway in Swift Current, and local residents are reminded to move their vehicles. It's that time of the year when city crews are busy with street maintenance, from sidewalks and paving to street sweeping. And with the mild conditions, the annual street sweeping program is underway, with a few new changes this year.
It's always a frustration of our sweepers that vehicles are in the way while they're doing it. So we had a review of our program, and one of the things we thought might help is to concentrate a little bit more in an area so it's not as inconvenient for folks to be out for a longer time. So we're going to focus our sweeping into one particular area, and we hope to get through each of these designated areas in a day. So that would mean that people are only inconvenienced for a day.
Along with advising residents through various signage and other messaging of scheduled street sweeping in their neighborhood, the city hopes residents will also do their part in the process.
We're even knocking on doors to try to get people to move their stuff. So we're trying to be really proactive in getting stuff moved around. So we've got big enough areas that we can leave for a while, and then somebody could go back and try to clear the vehicles and do that. So we want to do it cooperatively. We don't want to end up in like some cities where they're actually towing vehicles.
The city will be advising residents one day prior to cleaning a specific neighborhood, with a full schedule and street sweeping map available on the city's website.
It's just a different way of looking at curling. It makes it fun and exciting and engaging.
It's the talk, interaction between the people.
It's like a family reunion, actually. You kind of, when you all get together, you all have something in common or whatever, so it's kind of like a family reunion to me. That's how I feel.
A Hodgeville woman will play host to a special guest later this month, as the designer of the Saskatchewan Flag returns to the province. After almost 2 years of research and planning, Gail Hapanowitz's dream is coming true. The Hodgeville business owner and village councillor is welcoming home Anthony Drake, a former school teacher in the community and the designer of Saskatchewan's flag. Now living in England, Anthony Drake will return to Saskatchewan for a province-wide tour, May 10th through the 31st, covering 10 communities and numerous speaking engagements at schools and other events, where he'll be recognized for his contribution to Saskatchewan's history.
He's going to come to our school and do a presentation to the kids in the school because he was a teacher. And then he's coming back to the old school, which is my school, which is the Hodgeville School in Hub. And we're going to do a ribbon cutting and a presentation of his actual flag that he signed off and made some very nice words. And we've got that draped right now, so we're going to do an unveiling of that. That'll be the first time he sees it framed. We're going to be special guest of the Speaker of the House, and we're going to sit in the legislature, and Anthony Drake is going to be honored by the Speaker and thanked publicly for what he's done.
With her ultimate goal of having Saskatchewan Flag Day proclaimed by the province, and recognition of Anthony Drake's efforts by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
It's been 47 years. Like, why haven't they done this before? I don't know. And so when the Lieutenant Governor asked me, what my dream was, I told her that, not connecting the dots, that I'm actually speaking to the Queen's representative. So she said, you know what, we might be able to make that happen. And I said, and I want to be there. So I don't know what's going to happen, but next year there might be a surprise for Anthony Drake.
The full itinerary of Anthony Drake's Saskatchewan tour is available online through the home of the Saskatchewan Flag Foundation Inc. Facebook page. As the city of Swift Current continues to look towards the future, it's working with consultants on the Springs Valley commercial area. Over 90 acres of land has sat vacant near Battleford Trail and Highway 4 in Swift Current for a number of years, as landowners have been hoping to attract commercial development. Now the group is shifting focus to residential through the Springs Valley concept plan. An open house on the idea was recently hosted at the Swift Current Mall by Schaefer Andrew Limited of Medicine Hat and the city of Swift Current, with consultants on hand to discuss the project.
This plan was originally approved in 2006 for highway commercial, but since 2006 there hasn't been enough hasn't been any demand for highway commercial in that area. So the developer's saying, you know what, I'd like to, there is demand for multifamily, so that's what we would be looking at, putting in multifamily. Now, at this point, I don't think the developer has figured out whether they're going to put in apartments or townhouses, what exactly the mix would be.
Fleming adds the concept plan includes a mix of residential and commercial projects, along with the addition of pedestrian pathways. And with the land already serviced with utilities and roads, it makes an ideal location for developers interested in the project.
We've done environmental studies and that. There's no issues like that to look at. So it's a piece of land that's, north of here and kind of separated from other parts. So I think it's a good fit.
And as the project moves forward, the city of Swift Current will assist in the following manner.
We'd be taking it through bylaw amendments, rezoning, subdivision, and facilitating that way. Then the developer would be selling those parcels of land for future development by other parties.
A full report on the Springs Valley open house will be presented to Swift Current City Council in the coming weeks.
On this side wants to develop, and this person on this side wants to develop, and this one doesn't. What's the next bad word other than annexation? It's expropriation.
Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at MyLocalTV.ca. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.